Hey everyone, I appreciate you tuning into this video. I just wanted to do a little update. I've been getting a lot of requests for what I believe is this type of video. I'm not sure, just trying to kind of cater to the requests. Been getting a lot of comments on the previous videos I've uploaded to this YouTube channel over the past few years, as well as getting a lot of emails on my contact email that I leave in the video description of these videos that I upload on this YouTube channel. So I guess I'll kind of start from this beginning, because there's a lot of new people that have tuned in and don't really know the story of what's going on here, and just kind of assume that this is just a regular feed of a certain type of video. About 5 years ago, actually about 6 years ago, I was the owner-operator of a landscape maintenance business in San Diego, California. I did that for about 10 years. And about that 10th year, I really started to kind of not enjoy what I was doing so much for a living, and kind of feel tied to the business and not able to break free. I started to experiment with hiring employees and having people work under me to be able to do the work so I could break free. And I just found it was a lot more stressful and just hard to find good help. So I just continued to kind of run the business myself and take care of all the accounts that I had. And then as that started to kind of grow on, I grew tired of doing that. I started looking into alternate ways of living and how I could just kind of simplify my life and live a life that didn't require bringing in so much money every month. And the first things I started looking into is just kind of becoming a full-time backpacker and just hoofing it around with a backpack. And I always have loved backpacking, but that is a kind of a rough way to live full-time. So soon after, I came upon information talking about living in a camper-style van, being able to convert like a work-style van into your own camper to keep the cost down really low. So that became very attractive to me. I started to kind of pursue more and more information on that. I did fold my business that I had been running for about 10 years, and just took a menial job to just keep money coming in, but yet not be so stressed out with running a business and taking work home with me every night, and just kind of being absorbed by that business. So I felt a lot of freedom right off the bat, just being free from the business and having a job I could just clock in and clock out and not take the work home with me every night. And then that's when I got my the first van that I converted to a camper. I had had vans previously over the years. I had an old VW camper van I enjoyed, and I had vans for work, and did a lot of on-the-road trips with the SUV and tent camping and that. And the whole camper van thing seemed like a good choice as far as something to try to live in full time, so I could keep working and just not have to have so much of an income coming in every month, and be able to just enjoy myself more, pursue the things that I've always enjoyed doing, all the hobbies and outdoor activities that I've always loved so much, but yet felt I did not have the time for. So that's kind of how this all started. So about 5 years ago, I moved into that first cargo van that I converted. And then about a year after that, I started documenting kind of the experience. I made my first video kind of showing the van real quick, and then soon after started kind of posting somewhat regularly, a video a week of just kind of how it was going living in the city, working this menial job, how I was handling, like going to the gym to shower after work and then finding a place to park, and trying to enjoy nature in between working and, sleeping, going to parks and hanging out at the beach and stuff like that. But what I found is very soon after, about a year into that, maybe 9-10 months, it was just wearing on me, kind of being in the city all the time, so many people and cars everywhere and traffic, and just kind of being influenced heavily by all that noise and hustle and bustle and fast-paced way of living. So because I was starting to wear out on that, I thought, well, I don't think this is completely done as far as trying to live in this van. Maybe I'll try to find some seasonal jobs that I can move around the country to, and that way I won't be stuck in cities, and in between those jobs I can enjoy finding places in nature. I'm not really big on travel and sightseeing and stuff. What was attractive to me was being able to camp like on public lands and national forests, just to have some kind of a solitude and get away from all that hustle and bustle and city noise and all of that. And so I did some research and found that there were some seasonal jobs that would probably work out. I applied for them, got hired, and kind of planned my first route the first year on the road based on those job locations. And right away I found out that it worked really good for me, just getting out of the city and being able to camp like in the woods and stuff like that. Like on my way to the job, I had these kind of spaces in between the jobs where I could really just enjoy myself and pursue the hiking and biking and all that stuff that I love to do so much. So what surprised me is when I first kind of started documenting this whole experience, a lot of it when I started living in the van in the city was just for my parents. They had something that they could watch to know that I was okay. They were a little confused, very supportive, but kind of confused why I would want to sleep in a van when I could, you know, have like a normal place, a room, an apartment to stay in. But I really just wanted to practice and see if I could actually live in a van. And I did kind of prove to myself that I could, and it was actually quite comfortable. But again, the whole staying in a city was not working. So that first year, taking those seasonal jobs and moving around the country, it was a really great experience. So after the first year, I kind of regrouped back in my hometown and decided to line up another year's worth of seasonal jobs, and kind of have been doing that since for the last 4 years, going on 5 years. This will be my 5th year on the road living like this. So where I'm at now is why I'm kind of making this video recapping is this whole documentation thing on YouTube and making these videos public. Since I started doing this, there's kind of been a wave or a trend, I guess you could say, of a lot of people kind of pursuing the same lifestyle that I chose to pursue a while back. And it's funny because just 5 years ago, as far as the resources online and like YouTube videos and stuff, there wasn't a whole lot of people doing it. That's not why I was doing it. There was no YouTube channel that influenced me to go live on the road. I just found information about how to convert vans, and like I said, it progressed into not being able to handle staying in the city and pursuing these jobs. So over the last 5 years, this has definitely kind of become a trendy thing to do. And I think that's where this kind of YouTube channel has been associated with how a lot of other people are doing, living their lifestyle. And I think I get kind of lumped in with them, and people just assume that I'm producing this show of you know, episodes that are just going to be there, kind of like a Netflix series. And that's not what this is. It's a documentation of my experience in my life. And I will say on that note that I have felt a little bit of pressure. I get a lot of feedback through the commentary section of the YouTube channel videos, as well as the contact email I leave in all the videos. And that feedback, I get a lot of just kind of casual comments, how they enjoy the videos that I make, and it's neat to see places they haven't been. But then I also get this really strong feedback of people wanting the videos to be a certain way, or kind of critiquing on me living the way I'm living, and that I should be doing it slightly different, or comparing me to other people they've been exposed to. And that's always been really confusing to me, and I will definitely say that that's been happening a lot lately. And I think that just has something to do with the number of people that are watching my videos, and then these same people are watching other people's videos, and they're again like lumping me together with these people that I don't even know, and I have no idea like who they are, or how they're living, or what their actual goals are. I just know what I'm doing, and all along it's been about me finding a lifestyle that's simplified and sacrificing a lot of the kind of creature comforts that a lot of people pursue, giving those creature comforts up so I don't have to work as much, so I can actually pursue my passions. And that's what this has been all about for me all along. It's not like some focus on this van thing. So I feel like it's kind of turned into there's this trend with like these camper vans, and everyone wants to see these camper vans and campers, and like this is just a tool for me. Like it's not about this camper van at all. This is just what allows me to simplify my life a little bit, so I have more time to pursue my passions, which are a lot of outdoor activities: backpacking, biking, cycling, mountain biking, kayaking, stuff like that. Things that get me out, kind of immersed in nature, that have a relatively low impact on the environment. So really this has very little to do with my camper van. That's why I don't show it that often, because it really is just a tool. So I guess where I'm going with this, after kind of recapping how this whole thing started, what it's turned into, the next step is kind of where it's going. And because I feel like I'm kind of at this crossroads with how I've been documenting and sharing this, for me, kind of just like stopping and not sharing anything really isn't an option. I've always enjoyed sharing. I've been a part of a lot of self-help groups, which involve sharing your personal story to be able to help and inspire other people through their tough times. And I kind of feel like this has become my outlet for that because I'm so mobile. I can't be involved in a lot of these other programs. Spending a lot of time immersed in nature remotely, out in remote places. This has kind of been my outlet. And when there is a internet or cell signal, I can use that signal to upload these videos that I filmed and kind of put together and produced and share them with people. And what's kind of happened lately is I've realized that I've been compromising a lot of the experience that I've been pursuing to be able to pursue my passions based on having a cell signal. And what I've found is that I've been passing up a lot of places that I really want to spend time in because they don't have a cell, there's no cell signal there. And then if I spend time in those places, time passes where I'm not uploading these videos, and I get all this pressure through this feedback that a lot of people say I shouldn't care about or just ignore, but it's hard to do. It makes me feel yucky. It makes me feel gross inside, and I don't want to feel yucky and gross. I'm out here to make the best of life. So it's become kind of a test of my will and being able to just ignore and listen to this feedback, but yet not let it control my life. And I will admit that I've let it kind of control my life, and that puts me in a very bad place. So what's kind of been going on with this break in between videos is me just getting grounded and being able to get to a point to where I can hear the feedback and yet not let it control my life. So that's where I'm at. And again, pursuing things that I've been really passing up and compromising this whole experience because I feel I need to be like in touch as far as the internet goes and being able to check on this commentary and upload these videos on a consistent basis. So where this channel is probably going is me having a bigger gap between each video, but each video probably being a lot longer and a lot more in depth, and hopefully capturing the experience that I'm experiencing a lot better and sharing that with anyone out there that wants to take part in it and view it. So again, this is in no way trying to make anyone feel bad that's been giving me a lot of that pressure. Someone emailed me recently and said, hey, don't take it personally. These people just like your videos and, they aren't thinking when they, give me this negative feedback about not having enough of the videos. I've always been trained brought up with the school of thought that, you're just grateful for what you're getting. And when people give you something, you accept it. And when you're not getting it, you should still just be grateful for what you've already received and not keep asking for more. So that's kind of the place I'm in, and a lot of the plans that I have for the immediate future involve taking specialty trips, parking the van, doing some long-term backpacking trips, which are going to be really remote with no cell signal, and that's because I'm pursuing something that I really want to do. I just got done with a week-long rafting trip, which was in one of the most remote places in the lower 48 states. No cell signal, no nothing like that, no civilization for miles and miles and miles. And it felt really great. It felt like the place that I need to be more. So I'm going to start doing that more. And that just involves, posting videos a lot less frequently and hopefully honing in some of my skills as far as capturing what I'm experiencing better. And that just takes time. I've been doing what I'm doing in the format I've been doing it for a very long time. And I've grown tired of it. It's boring to me. And life for me is always about progressing and evolving and getting better. And I just can't keep doing what I'm doing and try to explore new paths while I'm doing the old thing. I got some comments and emails about that. Well, if you're going to do something different, why don't you just keep posting videos in the meantime until you figure it out? I can't do that. I can't focus on the old while I'm honing in the new. I need to just put the old behind me, and it's going to take a little time. I'm working with some new video editing software, a new computer. I've got to learn that. It takes a lot of time. It took me years to learn to do what I have been doing. And to start something new, it's just going to take time. It's going to take some downtime of me experimenting, of failing, and learning from my mistakes, and that's just how I operate. So again, I just appreciate you guys taking the time to listen to what I had to voice here. I hope it's of interest to you and provides the explanations that you've been looking for. And most of all, I hope you all personally are doing very well out there and pursuing your own passions and living your own dreams. And that's what I'm here for, to motivate you and to inspire you to pursue that in your own life. And I just love you all very much, and I wish you the best. We'll see you soon. Take care. Peace.